Hello Fraghorns, welcome back to the channel. This is Aromas by Miles and I'm Miles. So thanks for joining us on our slow dance around the fragrance world. Today we got a great episode for you. We're going to continue with our discovery series about discovery kits. And what we're going to do is we've been focusing on exploring discovery kits from houses around the world to see if we can find those interesting and kind of offbeat fragrances that many of the houses have that you never hear about on the internet or you don't have any access to. So join us for that, and plus you get to steal my coins, which is the little feature that you get to vote on what kind of fragrance you would prefer that I buy from these discovery kits. And that can cost me some coins, but hey, that's the way it's going to go. And today it's going to hurt a little more because we're at Spirited Dubai, which is a very upscale, high quality Middle Eastern house, and their fragrances are fairly expensive. So you're going to get to stick me with it today. Spirited Dubai is a United Arab Emirates house. They've got about 15 fragrances to date. The Discovery Kit comes with 10 very high quality samples, very elegant presentation. There are 10 3 ml samples that come in these amazing little tubes. Let me see if I can get this out for you. I pulled the sleeve off of this already. It's a beautiful presentation. I paid $125 for this. And they come in these little scroll-like tubes. I don't know if you can see that. Little scroll-like tubes. And they're beautiful presentations. They've all got caps. They're glass bottles. It's kind of an amazing presentation. So let's jump into the fragrances. They've got 10 in here, and I want to try and get through these without putting you guys to sleep. But the first one is a fragrance they call Tarath. It was launched in 2019. It's I think they're all unisex in this kit. This one's called an Oriental Woody. I mean, there's a million notes to these things, so I'm not going to kill you with all of them. It'd be like reading a phone book. But the top notes on this one are apple, pineapple, coconut, pink pepper. I mean, there's some bergamot, cinnamon. It's some citrus, a bunch of citrus notes. The mids are more floral. It's lily of valley, jasmine, iris. You've got some cedarwood, some saffron, coriander, and of course oud. And the base notes are the ones you really want to kind of watch with these Middle Easterns because they're kind of consistent. That's kind of the DNA of these houses. So it's patchouli, sandalwood, vetiver, leather, smoke, labdanum, and the ones I want you to watch are civet, white musk. There's usually castoreum, amber, vanilla, that sort of thing, and it gives it that those long legs of an animalic kind of fragrance. So Tarath has this great longevity and sillage. Most of these Spirited Dubai fragrances do. There's a lot of fruit in this, and it leans gourmand to me, and smells pretty oriental. There's a powdery dry down. You can get the rose and the saffron that come out on my skin, but it's challenging. It's not for everyone. So, and it's expensive as hell. And they spend a lot of money on the packaging, and some people hate that, but that's kind of what happens. So you've got to watch your coins on this one because it's you're going to spend a lot of money on the packaging. Yeah, the incense is pretty prominent here, and that may rub some people the wrong way. It's not a summer scent, obviously. They say it's unisex, but man, I think it's leaning masculine, and maybe that's because of the oud and the incense. But for me, it's smoky on the skin. I like the fruity opening. It's not too feminine for me, and the dry down's good. I'm a fan of this fragrance, which is a little surprising because of the opening. But fall, winter, late night, it's a sexy Middle Eastern smell. I mean, it's wonderful. Again, they're all unisex, and it's got the same 1.5 million notes that the rest of them do. This one on the top's got some dried fruits, oud, a little bit of both roses, Bulgarian and Turkish rose, and some extra spices. In the mids, it's got, again, rose, saffron, benzoin, vanilla, sandalwood. You know, coriander's a popular note. In these kind of fragrances. And again, you see those bases with animalistic notes or animalic notes. Sugar, civet, incense. There's castoreum in this one. Leather and oak moss. To my nose, this thing is a breathing, sweaty animal with a touch of oud. And the vanilla, where the hell's that? I don't know. In the opening, for me, the rose is just beaten down by these heavy animalic and oud punches. So you don't get a whole lot of rose at all in the opening. Great longevity sillage like they all do. You got to watch the sprays on this one because it will stay on your clothes forever. It's a big winter, late night harem kind of scent. And shit, why not blast it to the world on a summer night? No one lives forever. Let's put this one on a strip. See if we can get a little bit on my nose and see how it goes. Ooh, yep. Right about that. It's a kicker. Okay, let's move on. So the third fragrance in the kit is Rimal. It's a 2015 launch, Oriental Spicy. It's a nice scent. I like this scent. The notes, part of it's pretty heavy. I mean, I don't know how you could have anything left in the lab, but there are lots of warm notes. It's very sexy on me. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, or literally maybe me. But the top notes are saffron, nutmeg, there's some cinnamon, fruits, vanilla, a little bit of white floral and bergamot. The mid notes are patchouli, there's some sweet notes in there, incense, ylang-ylang, styrax, and rose. And the bases, again, the ones you have to watch out for, the sandalwood, caramel, oud, leather, there's some amber, vetiver, and labdanum. So let's try this one. Let's try this one on a strip and just see what it's like, if I can get it to go here. Yeah. No, that's very nice. That's very nice. There's a lot of musk and oud that pop out. The leather comes in a little bit after the dry down. I remember that because I did this earlier. And I got a hint of caramel in the dry down, so that's kind of interesting. Kind of like fish in the middle of the day. I'm not catching much of the sandalwood and the vanilla in this one. Overall, it's a very Middle Eastern kind of scent, like you would expect from this house. I like it, but it's a manly Middle Eastern DNA. It's, again, fall and winter. And again, I question whether it's unisex, but nobody asked me. Okay, let's move on. So the next one on the list is Ahyal. It's a recent release, 2023. To me, it's aromatic and fruity. I don't know what they say about it, but the top notes on this one are, they've got some C notes, grapefruit, bergamot, mint, lime, apple, lemon, pear. It goes on and on, right? The mids are cherries, osmanthus, some carnation, which is an interesting note, a little bit of mimosa, ylang-ylang, and heliotrope, and lavender. The base, again, is that cedar, white musk, patchouli, vanilla, tonka, and brown sugar. This is a little sweeter than some of the others. There's not quite as much of the animalic stuff going on, so it's a different sort of smell. And let's face it, Lord have mercy, this thing is a citrus bomb going off in your nose in the opening. Wow. Heavy grapefruit, lemon. But you know, after a few minutes, it slows down a little bit, and I can pick up some of the heliotrope and the lavender, but you know, again, I get a lot of tonka and musk in it. For some reason, I don't know why, the brown sugar's popping out. I mean, why not, right? I mean, like all the offerings so far in this house, the citrus fragrances have been huge. They've had heavy staying power because they've got ambroxan and some other things in them that make that happen. But it's a consistent feature of this house, and I think if you like fruits and citrus, this is the one for you. For me, this is a summer hit, but I'm going to pass on it because it's too much citrus for me personally. It's not quite my style, so I'm going to let this one go. But if you're certainly a citrus nut, then this would be the one for you. So the next one here is a beast in hype mode. It's Bahir. It's an Oriental Woody. It was launched in 2015. They say it's unisex, but I don't believe that either. But I really like this one. It's an aquatic kind of citrus to me, but it's got a box full of notes as usual. And the top notes are citrus, ozonic notes, orange. There's some ginger, a little bit of lime at the top. But it's got, you know, grapefruit, coconut, apple. It's the same sort of citrus bomb opening that you're going to see over and over again in these Middle Eastern fragrances. The mids are spice, sandalwood, jasmine. There's some cedar there to give it a little bit of that woody stuff. Vanilla to sweeten it up, and then the rose and saffron, which actually go really well together. I get a hint of iris there too. Sandalwood, vetiver, amber, musk, oud, you know, the same things, patchouli in the base. It develops a lot the same way. The legs are about the same. Again, there's an amazing amount of ingredients in here, and I didn't read them all. But I think you get the idea that how complex these Middle Eastern fragrances are. In the opening, Bahir came off a little bit soapy to me, a little bit like Tarath, that fresh citrus slap in the face, whatever you want to call it. But that aquatic freshness, it's strong, but it's not overpowering. And the longevity and projection on this are amazing. Which again, it's a summer masterpiece. So that's a feat in itself. At least that's how it lands on my skin. So if you tag me with a full bottle of this one, I won't be too mad. I'll be really happy about it. So I'm going to put this one on the strip because I haven't smelled anything in a while on the strip. Wow. It's absolutely true. It's a aromatic, aquatic. It's fresh. Got some energy to it. Yeah, I really like it. So if you're going to stick me for this one, because I can see you wearing this at the beach or at a restaurant by the sea, or for me, unfortunately, it'd be some kind of little rodeo in a small town in Texas. But it's going to turn some heads, I'll give you that. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. So Bahir, I would take a look at that. So the next one I want to talk about is Medan. Again, I think that's the way you pronounce it. A 2015 release. This is like a classy leather forward kind of scent to me. It's a little green. There's a little greenness in that leather in the opening. So I think it's super interesting. There's a ton more notes. More than you can shake a stick at. So it's hard to identify many of these things that are listed because, my nose is pretty shaky or it doesn't work all that well, I guess. But it kind of reminds me of Penhaligon's a little bit, like the Halfeti kind of DNA in there. Again, longevity, sillage are fantastic. It's another one of those that they give a unisex label to, but I don't think this is unisex at all because of the leather oud and cedar and the musk in it are too strong. It's got some floral notes and some fruity stuff in it, but it's beaten down again by all the manly stuff that's in the fragrance. I think it's a really good scent, and if you have the money, I would buy this one. I think it's pretty good. The next fragrance we're going to talk about, I should have put off till the very end, but I put it off as I felt like as long as I could. It's just called Oud, and it's an oriental woody fragrance, supposedly. Launched in 2015, and this thing is a complete oud bomb. It just takes me out. Such a heavy oud in the opening. In all honesty, it smells like a bottle of Texas Meadow Muffins. It is fecal in the opening, and you know what? I think it just gets worse 5 to 10 minutes later. It's just, I don't even want to smell this thing, but I'm going to put this on a strip because I just got to remember. The reason I didn't put it there earlier is because it'll kill me for the rest of the time. But here we go. Shake this one around a little bit. Good God. It says it's got saffron, pineapple, there's some lime, black pepper, incense, bergamot, but what? There's no opening to it. In the mids are oud, jasmine, gaiac wood. There's some resins and amberwood, but there's oud. And then the base, there's oud, and there's patchouli, and there's oud, and there's sandalwood, and there's leather, and there's oud, and tobacco, and oud, and oud. I wanted to read the notes to you because, I can't smell any but a couple of those things. The oud is so overpowering in the opening that it just shit-tied my nose. I just can't even tell you. It's the most challenging I've had in a while. It's fecal, animalic, it's hard to wear. This is not my cup of tea, or I would say tea, but I'd say caca. This is a late night camel race or horse race somewhere that you step in and stuff, and man, I don't know. It's a room emptier for me. And it didn't get any better in the dry down, so I don't know how that works. Of course the longevity is great, the sillage is great, but this would be my least favorite one in the bunch because it's just, I don't know where the hell you would wear this stuff. Anyway, take your shot if you're interested. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, Roy is a fragrance that is included in the kit. It's a 2002 release. It's unisex. It's a fruity floral. I'm excited about this one because all the notes fit on the same page. It's got a strong, fruity opening, orange and saffron. Let's take a look at this one. I can figure out. Yeah, No, this is a nice fragrance. I'm trying to figure out where it's going. The tops are cashmere, neroli, mandarin orange, tuberose, so it's got a heavy floral opening in it, fruity floral opening. The mids, jasmine, orange blossom, saffron, papyrus, which I don't know what that smells like exactly, paper I guess. The base is oud, fir, ambrette, which is musk, and ambergris, which I'm sure is synthetic. So, you know, it's very different from the oud. It's a good summer fragrance. Fresh hint of oud in the dry down. You know, more of a summer night scent, I think, as it slows down, but there's still oud in my nose, maybe from the oud before that, but I'm still getting some oud at the end of this. The legs definitely have some oud on it. And the orange notes kind of work through. I mean, they take a while, but they kind of get there. This is probably not a fragrance I'd buy for my collection. I hope you don't stick me with this one. But it's a good fragrance. It smells good. This is not my style. So finally, now we've made it to the end. Number 10, the last one in this kit, is Marjalis. That's a 2016 fragrance. It's an Oriental spicy. I don't know much about it. It smells pretty good, but it's nothing unusual or groundbreaking. It's just kind of a very versatile fragrance. You know, and now we're back to that 10,000 notes. So I'm not going to read all these things to you. But the top has a lot of fruits in it: strawberry, peach, raspberry. It's got some olibanum, some rose, apple, grapefruit, artemisia, all that. And then the mids, there's some dates, which is an interesting note. Saffron. Dates and saffron actually go very well together. What a Middle Eastern combination that is. Gaiac wood, patchouli, some vetiver, and some cloves, which again is an ingredient I like, and a little bit of carnation, which kind of powders out the rest of those other mid-level notes. Base is incense, tobacco, oud, myrrh, honey. Tobacco, honey, tobacco, oud, those have been done forever. There's some sandalwood, leather, musk, and a little bit of hay at the end. It smells good, but it's not unique. I think those combinations, you know, the rose oud, the rose leather, vanilla leather, all that stuff has been put together many, many times. The dry down kicks up a few of those gourmand notes, honey, vanilla, and that sort of thing. But it's a good fragrance. This is not something that I would probably spend a lot of money on. It's got great longevity. It's a 3-season fragrance on my skin, but you know, your skin may vary. One of the most unisex and feminine fragrant leaning. It's one of the most feminine fragrances, I would say, leaning feminine anyway. And that's it. So the Spirited Dubai Discovery Kit is what you've heard about. What do you think? The presentation is fantastic, but again, you know, it's not necessary. The fragrances are very pricey. Like I said, I paid $125 for the kit, and that was at Discounters. So you're going to get whatever you get, 10 fragrances, 3 mils, so that's 30 mils of fragrances for $125. You know, you get 2 or 3 wears out of each one of those, depending on where you spray. But I don't know. I think it's an interesting house. You know, for me, Middle Eastern scents and Middle Eastern houses do some amazing stuff. They're kind of linear in that they do a lot of the same things. But anyway, now you have a good handle on the house. I hope that helps a little bit. I want to thank you for watching. I want you to think about subscribing and liking the video if you do, because as most of you know, all of this goes to help support Medic Outpost, which is a nonprofit that supports first responders in the U.S. and around the world, so it's a good cause. You can learn a little bit more about that at the end of the film. And send me a comment on which one of these pricey bitches you want me to buy for you, and I'll do that like I said I would. So anyway, you've honored me by giving some of your time. Thank you. Want to see you in the next video, and make sure you take care of yourselves and be safe out there. Thank you. Aromas by Miles is proud to support the nonprofit Medic Outpost. Medic Outpost's mission is to provide training and equipment to remote first responders around the world. They've increased the quality of healthcare and access to healthcare in some of the most remote areas in the world. If you're interested in finding out more, go to www.medicoutpost.org. Thanks.